The museum security system, which is simulated through a fictitious VIX museum, has doors that are controlled by servo motors and LEDs that can send alarm signals through automated commands from an Arduino microcontroller. These can be triggered by a system of 3 interconnected light-dependent resistors and laser beams as security borders, and a sonar sensor as a theft detector for the museum artifacts display pedestal. Windows Hyper Terminal was used for system monitoring and sending commands. For this setup, additional power from an external power supply was needed. This is a feature video on the security system being implemented by the VIX Museum, where the ingredient of the world-famous VIX Vapor Rub is tightly guarded by a modern security system on all 3 sides. This security system is a game changer. Most museums around the world is trying to get a hold of this technology. And today, we are going to reveal how it works. Here is a story of how a group of people tried to get their hands on the secret ingredient and failed miserably. This video will also show why a well-trained security personnel is needed to efficiently use the security system's features. Bad person passes through the left side of the room to try and steal VIX. With the invisible lasers, it would trip the laser LDR interconnection and turn on the 2 LED alarms on the left side. Security personnel that are in charge are notified in their computer screens that there is an intrusion from the left side. However, since the VIX was not successfully stolen and the situation was handled properly, the museum doors remained open. Now the bad person tried to enter the secured area through the right side after the failed attempt from the left side. Fortunately, the right side of the security system worked as good as the left, turning on the 2 LED alarms on the right side and notifying the security personnel of the intrusion. After failed attempts of trying to get his hand on the prized possession from all sides of the secured area, bad person brought his bad friend to the museum and hoped that with the 2 of them, they could finally lay a hand on the VIX. Bad person and bad friend went back to the museum and went beyond the secured area through the front and through the left side, together thinking that they outsmarted the security system. However, their new bold move was to no avail, for the LED alarms on both the front and the left side of the area turned on, and the personnel were notified of the intrusion coming from the front and the left side. The security personnel were quicker than them, so the museum doors remained open. Both bad person and bad friend tried other possible options for them to enter the secured area. They tried to enter from the front and the right side together, but LED alarms on both the front and the right sides were turned on, and the security were notified of the said intrusion. Both tried the last possible combination of them entering the secured area. One of them entered from the left and the other from the right. Still to no avail. The LED alarms on those sides turned on, and security were able to get onto it because of the intrusion notification. Their persistence did not allow them to rest and accept the fact that they could not get the VIX. They called a third fellow to help them with the heist, thinking that the 3 of them together would have a better chance at success. With the 3 of them, they entered the area from all sides, hoping that the security system could only handle 2. But sadly for them, it just got worse as all the LED alarms turned on and security was still notified by the intrusion from all sides of the area. Another failed attempt, but now, instead of rashly going into the museum without any new idea, they took their time and developed a strategy. This strategy allowed them to get to the VIX a bit faster. Bad person ditched his two friends and decided to do this alone. Bad person entered through the front of the area, triggering the front LED alarm. However, bad person was able to get a hold of the VIX and was able to remove it from the pedestal. However, since it was the first time that bad person was able to remove the VIX from the pedestal, he did not know that the museum doors would close if the VIX was removed. At the same time, security was notified that the VIX was removed from the receptacle. The security in charge was not able to press any key in his computer since he panicked and decided to move out of his chair and catch the bad person. Knowing that he was so close to stealing the VIX, bad person tried it again and same things happened. All the LED alarms went on and the museum doors closed before he could get out and run away. At the time of the heist, a different and a more knowledgeable security personnel was in charge of monitoring the computer, and this time, the security pressed a key but decided not to take any authoritative measures and decided to let the LEDs and the doors as is. As to why a security personnel should be well trained and knowledgeable with this security system is needed, this is why. When bad person tried his method again, he still failed, but this time the security tried to control the environment and turn off the LED alarms so as not to disturb the neighborhood. But when the security got notified through his computer that the object was removed from the receptacle, he entered the wrong password and was not able to control and turn off the LED alarms. The security personnel would unlock some more features of the security system if they were able to enter the correct password. When the VIX is once again removed from the pedestal and the LEDs are turned on and the museum doors are closed, the security personnel is notified of the unauthorized entry. And if the security decides to authorize himself to make changes in the system, he is able to. When the correct passkey is entered, he is able to override the current state of the system but decided not to do so and keep the system as it is with alarms on and the doors closed. Take note that in this case, the passkey was set to be 285410. Another night, another heist, and this time the security was playing with the other features of the security system and entered the correct passkey. But this time the security decided to keep the LED alarms on but decided to open the museum doors. And then another heist happened and the system still works perfectly. But the security personnel let the museum doors remain closed but the LED alarm lights off. To show how a lot of people are trying to get the VIX, the following night another person tried to get a hold of the VIX. The system still turned the alarms on and the doors closed, but this time the security tried to override the current status of both the LED alarms and the museum doors. The security tried to turn off the alarms and open the doors once everything was under control. One day, one of the thieves realized that there exists an added security system feature to which the security personnel was using with the access to the pass key. One day, the thief tried to break in, and instead of going to the VIX directly, he went to the office of the security personnel and tried to authorize his access. However, he entered the wrong password and instead triggered the LED alarms to turn on and lock himself inside the museum. Therefore, after telling you how sophisticated the security system of the VIX Museum is, I therefore warn you now that all thieves trying to get their hands on the VIX will get caught and will not be successful.